y'all. Welcome to another edition of Science Vision Art and Life. My name is Adewale Wike Jr. Please review us, grade us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about Okan, and in my language, that means, in Yoruba, my language means number one, right? And I want to focus specifically on the Card of Assassin universe. As you can see, I've got my classic Card of Assassin t-shirt on. But before we get into the podcast, let's thank our sponsors and pay these bills. This podcast, the Science Vision Podcast, is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and anywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, yo. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. So as I said before, today's podcast, I'm gonna call it Okan, and in my language, Yoruba, which means number one. So, of course, I have my Card of Assassin universe. I created it. My dream, basically, the things I want to focus on today are why I want to do this podcast, how to become the best at what you do, plan, action, creativity, and your talent, right? And just straight pushing yourself to the best of your abilities. One of the things that I want to talk about was becoming number one. My podcast, my Card of Assassins comic book, my animation series, my comic book series, anything that I do with the Card of Assassin universe, with the Science Vision universe in general, my goal is to be number one. I ain't telling anybody I ain't second to no one. As Bruce Lee once said, I'm not telling you I'm number one, but I damn sure ain't settling for number two. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to focus on a plan of action, how I got here, right? Of course, told it many times, version 1, version 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course version 6 is coming up because the first official Card of Assassins is coming up soon. Plan of action, right? The worst thing you can do is not have a plan, right? And when I remember creating these characters from the Card of Assassin universe, whether it was starting from the beginning, as you can see the classic. I love looking at this a lot all the time now because I realize how far I've come. When I first started these characters, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just wanted to draw, have something that was my own, and I just started going. One character at a time, one page at a time. The bio book didn't come till I actually finish the characters. Of course, you got the classic Carjacks right there, the classic Cajun right there, you know what I'm saying? Classic Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Diesel, Sincere Shepherd. Then let's go to these awesome villains, the Assassins. You can see the logos even change, right? Look at the classic Assassins, man. They look just so back in the day. They are so retro, man. You know what I'm saying? This is when my skills was just growing. Of course, Lord Sun Tzu right there, Overlord, leader of the Assassins, Artillery, the General, Excursion, third in command, Kanji and Revo, the twins, you know what I'm saying? Snipes and Yukon. And then, of course, you got the Coyotes, the Android Assassin, of course, myself, you know what I'm saying? The bio. Come on, I'm the creator, man. I got to have myself on there, you know what I mean? So that's how this all started. I had a plan. I was going to draw. I knew it was going to take a long time. Needless to say, I did not know it was going to take me 4 to 5 years to create these characters. Sure enough, I did. And then after creating characters, to create this first official bio book, this took about 8 months. Because at that time I had no names, no nothing. As I was drawing them, I wasn't really giving them names. Some of them I was sure of the names, but others I wasn't sure at all. For sure, Cajun I was sure. Cincy I was sure. Escalade I was sure. Diesel I wasn't sure. I remember that. Kanji, I wasn't sure. You know what I'm saying? Glocks and Rasputin, I wasn't sure either. Revo, Sun Tzu, I wasn't sure at all. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with y'all. And so I kept on going. I was like, okay, let me work on this bio book. And one thing I found out about creating these characters when I was creating the characters was the bio book itself was like a challenge. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I don't know what to say. And if you don't know what to say, nobody going to buy your book, man. So to become number one, you have to grind your way to become number one. I know my characters are number one. Not only have they taken number one at the art shows, taking number one of sales and all the journals I've done, whether it's the Card of Assassin universe or Iron Man, Blade, Batman, Black Panther, Wonder Woman, Turtles, Voltron, Mega Man, Wolverine. You can see some of the journals behind me. They've taken number one 3 straight times. My last comic expos was 2019. Of course, the pandemic came. Right now, I haven't been to any comic expos because I just don't feel safe going. I'm going to wait till next year to go. I've already decided I'm not interested in jeopardizing my life, getting sick. I have no interest in visiting no hospitals. Knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? So, to become number one, you got to be great. Greatness is not free. You earn it. I don't second myself to nobody. Not in talent, not in skill, not in planning, not in nothing. Okan is my role. Number one, as we say in Yoruba. I'm not playing no games. I'm going forward with my plan, executing, you know what I'm saying? There's always a plan. I went from 1 to 2. See? Now let's look at 2, right? This is the version 2 of the Bible book. As you can see, there's a major difference between Carjax 1 and Carjax 2. I mean, if you look at it, you see that? You know what I mean? I knew that I was getting better. So, when I got to this point, I was like, okay, maybe we need to start modifying. So, of course, you can see KJ again, the face, the armor changes, Escalade, Glocks, Rasputin, Diesel, Sincere, and Shepard. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the Assassin, look at how different that totally looks. You know what I mean? It doesn't look as retro as before, right? And then you've got the Lord Sun Tzu right there. You've got Artillery. You know what I'm saying? You got Excursion right there. Again, you got Kanji and Revo, the twins. I mean, it's at this junction where things started to change. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, Snipes and Yukon. Then, of course, the Android Coyotes. And, of course, myself again. You know what I'm saying? I'm the creator. I got to be there. You know what I mean? So, Bio Book 3. And then, this is version, as I said, 2, 3, and 4. Now, came number 5. This is when things really changed. You know what I mean? To become number 1, you got to beat the man to become the man. You know what I mean? And I said to myself, okay, right here now I've gotten to this. Now it's time to pursue an animation. And at this time when I created this version, it was the same time I was in school. I created my first cartoon intro. I'm going to show you all that later. And I said, oh man, okay, now I'm coming up. If you look at the difference, number 2 and then number 1. Now let's compare number 1 to number 2. Y'all see the major difference. The skill level, the talent has grown exponentially. So let's look at this Bio Book version 5, right? Of course, the cover. You got the Carjacks right there. I mean, look at the difference. Dang. Night and day. I mean, that's just not even a close. This is how you become number 1 right here. Look at the skill growth. They don't look nothing like when I first started. Because like I said before, when I first started, I knew I wanted cactus, but I kind of didn't know what I was doing. Of course, you see the Carjacks right there. The logo has changed. The way the cactus look. You can't even say who's who anymore. You know what I mean? Of course, you got Cajun right there. You know what I'm saying? Always jumping that off. That's my character. Escalade, Glocks. You know what I'm saying? Rasputin, Diesel. You know what I mean? You got Sincere, Shepard. I mean, they don't look nothing like they used to, man. Then, of course, the evil assassins, man. Even the logo is starting to change right here. Now the logo doesn't even look like that no more. You see the assassins. They look nothing like what they used to look like. Lord Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying? Artillery, Excursion. They just complete transformation. Kanji, Revo. I'm sorry, I skipped it. Yukon, Snipes and Yukon. You know what I mean? And of course, you got the Coyotes again. And of course, my picture. Everything was changing, man. The Bible changed. And then it was at this point I knew, okay, it was time to actually create an official Carjack Assassin comic book. You know what I mean saying? When I look back at some of the classic drawings, you can say, look at that. Carjack for Assassins. You know what I'm saying? The classic, the beginning. Carjacks right there with the posters. Even the posters started to look different. You know what I mean? It's not. Hold on, yo. I'm going to get something. I don't want to just show y'all just the Carjack for Assassin. I'm going to show y'all some of my other stuff. Right? Ryu and Ken. You can start to see the difference. And I started to see my talent grow. And these posters are all available on SonicVision.com. You know what I mean? So you check that out. Batman, Black Panther. You know what I mean? I just was like, okay, I'm getting better. Iron Man, Green Lantern. You know what I mean? You can see that. You got War Machine. You got Flash right there. You know what I'm saying? You got Wonder Woman. You got Black Widow. So you got Captain America. You got Ryu. So I was dipping and dapping in all kinds of universes, man. You got Cyborg. You got Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? You got Spider-Man. You got Falcon. So, I started to just expand my horizons, man. And I was like, okay, I'm getting better. If the skills are getting better, you're getting better. It's at the point where I was going to comic expos, I was just kicking people's butt. And of course, whenever you get to an expo, the thing that always makes me laugh about artists when they sit up next to you, they think that, oh, I'm going to outsell this guy. Oh, you're an idiot. You think you're going to outsell me because I'm African-American. Your stupid behind is not looking at my skill. So at the end of the show, most shows are 3 days long. And whenever the show is over, you can see the sad faces all around me at different tables. And they're like, that guy just destroyed us. Yeah, I just destroyed you because I'm better than you. I'm always going to be better than you. Skill does the talking. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't be. I know I'm the greatest. I'm not even waiting for nobody to tell me I'm the greatest. I know I'm the greatest of all time. Period. Bar none. I'm second to nobody. I probably created the greatest creation, Carjack Assassin universe, since I don't know when. You know what I mean? My universe is second to nobody. I know I'm going to make the most money, most popularity. I'm going to take it to the highest that you've ever seen. And I'm creating things you've never seen. And most of all, it's not boring. It's so exciting. It's a universe that topples Avengers, the Batman universe. Of course, Justice League, that's just a joke. You know what I mean? But, Dragon Ball Z universe, I'm trying to think of all these great universes that were around. Even the Turtles universe, you know what I'm saying? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just know that when I created this universe, it's going to be number one. So now let's talk about the second thing, action. You can't just talk about doing something, you gotta actually do it. And when I think about where I started in 2012 to where I am now, it's incredible. Like when I first started, I had nothing but posters and they didn't look anything like that. You know what I mean? I had 2 easels on my table. There wasn't even no easel. I just had a cloth on my table and it was no fancy designs, no nothing. And I realized that, okay, in order for me to take what I've created here, Science Vision and Cardiac Assassins universe to the top, I'm gonna have to make exponential changes. So I made a commitment to, as they call it in business, bootstrapping, where you fund yourself. You literally take everything you've got saved up, money in the piggy bank, money in your savings account, money in your checking account, money in your shoes, and put it all towards your dream. I always say, no risk, no reward. You know what I'm saying? If there's no risk, there's no reward. There's 3 things you need to remember about life. You need a plan of action to succeed, right? No risk, no reward. And one, never underestimate your possibilities. No risk, no reward. And success is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm going to say it again. There's 3 important things. Never underestimate your possibilities. That's 1. Number 2 is no risk, no reward. And number 3, success is a marathon, not a sprint. See, a lot of these guys play short games. They want to be famous now. All that 15 minutes of fame garbage. Now, I'm not doing that. I'm about the long game, building these characters slowly, organically, because I already know they're number one. The visualization of them, the way they look makes them even become number one. You know what I'm saying? You don't let nobody tell you what you can do. I already know I'm number one. And the best thing about everything I'm doing, I am independent. I control my anatomy of what I do. I don't need Marvel, DC, DreamWorks, or wherever you can think of. I don't give a damn about none of them. They don't tell me what to do. I tell me what to do. I wake up and say, this is what I'm going to do. If not for my vision, you see the apparel you see right here? This is one of the best quality materials you can see ever. And as you can see, the classics in the front right there, Cardiac Assassins, this is how it all started right here. I always try to wear this as much as I can. I see this in my car. I have it in my phone. I have it on my iPad. I have it. Just, it's energy, man. You know, it's just, I always remember the beginning. Most people always like, oh, the most recent. No. I'm always focused on the beginning, how it all started, because that's the reason why there's version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5. And then, of course, the great comic book that's about to come out, Cardiac Assassin, the first official comic book, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention the animated series and all the other great things I'm going to accomplish. If you want to be number one, you better have a plan of action. Plan becomes action. You know what I'm saying? Make a plan, then it becomes action. You ain't going nowhere if you ain't got no action to it, because a lot of people just run their mouth, but they don't back it up. I'm all about action. I don't talk. I move silently and I hit hard. I don't talk about what I'm going to do. When you see me doing it, you're like, oh, you're doing that? Yeah, I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to be successful, let me tell you something. Don't tell people what you're doing. Don't let them know your plan of action. Don't let them know the day. Don't let them know the hour. Don't let them know nothing. It's none of their business. It's their feelings hurt. If their feelings hurt, then that's their problem. Because most of them, you're less than likely to find 5 people that actually want to see you succeed. And that's the honest truth of that. Very few people want to see you succeed, because most are just pathetic and jealous of what you are accomplishing. And these same individuals don't have the backbone or the balls to work as hard as you do. I already know I'm going to take the number 1 spot. I am number 1. I don't see myself second to nobody. You know what I mean? So action, creativity, right? You got to use whatever. If you feel like you're creative, then you got to be creative. See, there's artists that just draw. Then there's artists that create. Me, I'm a creator. That's the biggest difference between me and all the artists. Most artists are just artists. Like a lot of these guys work for Marvel, DC, whatever. They told to do a character somebody else created. How does that help you when you're drawing what Jack Kirby created, what Stan Lee created? Show me what you got. You know what I mean? What you got. Redrawing somebody else's shit, that balls me. Let me tell you what really led to the Cardiac Assassin universe. One of the things that also led to it is that I just got bored of drawing Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain America, Wonder Woman, you name it. I just got bored. I said, you know what? Y'all see the banner behind me. See that in the top row, the top 2 rows. Carjacks on one side, Assassin on the other. I'd say, you know what? I'm going to create my own characters, because then I wouldn't be bored. I would always have a need to just constantly make them better. And here we are. You can even see it on my bucket hat. You know what I'm saying? This is available on sciencevision.com. Get your pair today. It's reversible if you're wondering. Check this out. You know what I mean? Look how we do this. You know, it's reversible. So, you know, you can get yours on sciencevision.com or sciencevisionshop.com. You see, this is how you become number 1 right here. You create things. I'm a creator. You know, I'm not going to sit there and wait for anybody to do anything for me. I'm always going to pull myself forward. So, you know, your talent, your creativity is what's going to pull you forward. Figure out a way to stay constantly creative, because the minute you stop being creative is the minute you ain't number 1 no more. Those who are great, whether it's Tupac, whether it's Steve Jobs, whether it's Oprah Winfrey, whether it's Elon Musk, in whatever field of work you do, The reason why you can stay on top is because you're creative. Where does Michael Jordan? You know what I'm saying? The reason why he can stay on top is because he stays creative. He's constantly in the motion of creation. Creation keeps you number one. You already know you got the talent. You already got the skills. What makes a great person can become a legend when they put in the same amount of effort that a person that's basic puts in. There's not a lot of talented people that work hard. But when you are a talented individual that works hard, oh man, that just makes you a monster. A beast beyond beasts. You know what I'm saying? A pantheon great. You know, like Mount Rushmore type cats. Top 4. The do know you number one. Like everybody knows Jordan's number one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Pac is number one. Everybody knows Oprah Winfrey is number one. Everybody knows Elon Musk is number one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows, you know what I'm saying? So these cats are doing amazing things. Everybody knows Bill Gates pulled it to the top. You know what I'm saying? Steve Jobs, when he was doing it, rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be number one, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. Stan Lee, number one. You know what I mean? I'm coming for, Stan Lee was great during this time because he was constantly creative. Him and Jack Kirby creating these amazing characters. And so that's why Marvel's number one right now. They're kicking DC's butt because DC is not creative. They are just corny. And if you want to be number one, you got to be creative. So creativity, y'all. And the last part, talent. Of course, I know I'm gifted. That's why I can tell you that I'm number one. That's why I can tell you I'm Okan, number one in Yoruba, as I said to y'all before. Because I'm great. I know my talent. Now, what am I going to do with that talent, right? Come up with different things. Posters, bio books, you know what I'm saying? Footwear, which I'm going to get to later on in the show. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to constantly stay in the motion of creation. Sorry, I got to pick up my seat. It starts to go down. You got to constantly be in the motion of creation, right? And to be number one ain't going to be easy. Nobody's going to let you just be talented. Like, for example, I want to show y'all this right here. The Cardiac Assassin Animations intro that I created in school. Now, I'm going to show y'all 2 different intros. Y'all see that right there? You know what I'm saying? Gotta get some volume up on this bad boy. See that? This took me the whole semester. And this is when I had a great appreciation for animators. I'm like, man, this is work. I'm over here like drawing frames after frame after frame and detail after detail. Like, I didn't realize how much work goes into creating a cartoon intro. And this is just 1 minute. Now, can you imagine how much work you gotta do? Creating an entire animation episode, or an entire season, or an entire series, however many seasons you get. So, my goal is to take this thing to the greatest. This is going to be number one day. Cardiac Assassins, you know what I'm saying? So, and then what I did also too, I remember creating a promo thing, and I said, you know what? Let me do this too. So I did. So I created this. Of course, I'm making the instrumentals. I'm making the beats as well, you know what I'm saying? So making the instrumentals was not as easy as I thought it would be, but I got around to it and I made it. Now this instrumental sounds completely different. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I always find myself doing, man. Using promotional tactics, using this on social media platforms, taking my TikTok, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, all to the best of the best. The main places we are right now is TikTok and Instagram. TikTok and YouTube. We are on fire over there. As you can see, look at this cartoon show. As you can see, those are version 1 of the drawings on the other classic intro. This right here is a modern intro. And I'm working on the newest intro. It's like a promo, man. It just looks sick. You can see the detail on the characters, man. You know what I'm saying? This is like a quick bio story, you know what I'm saying? So, these are things I've had to do to push myself to number one. And I know I'm going to be number one because I am number one. If you want to be number one, you got to believe you're number one. You got to respect your talent, because if you don't respect your talent, you're going to be as great as you should be. So don't ever deny yourself, man. So, that's what today's podcast is about. Okan, number one. Pushing myself to number one. Taking the Cardiac Assassin universe to number one. So, that's what we do here at Sinus Vision, man. Sinus Vision created Cardiac Assassin. Cardiac Assassin lets you do all these other things. The bucket hat, the t-shirt, the footwear. You know what I mean? So, that's what we're doing right now. Look at this. And this is what makes us number one. Now we got footwear, low tops, platinum batas right here. They come in the white trim and the black trim. You know what I mean? Then we've also got the high tops, the batas 1 high tops. You know what I mean? And I'm going to bring it together so y'all can see it. So, so you don't think it's single pairs. Check that out. One side that way, one side that way. You can see the insides of that right there. You know what I mean? This is what we're doing at Sinus Vision. Then we've got the low tops. I'm going to bring them back again. Of course, you can see you got the low tops right there with the black trim, right there. You got the inside right there. You ain't going to see too many shoes looking like this, man. Detail all over the place. And of course, as I like to say, the OGs, the original Batas 1 right here. You know what I mean? This how it all started right here, y'all. This is how I got to where I was right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the Batas 1 high tops. Man, these shoes are ferocious. I'm so grateful for their creation, man, because without this, there would be no Batas too. Of course, you can see it. The inside, the outside, you know what I'm saying? The inside, the outside, excuse me, the inside. So, that's what we're doing here at Sun's Vision, man. So, as I said before, if you want to be number one, well, not if you want to be number one. I know I'm number one. Do you think you're number one? So I'm always striving for greatness, and I'm always not ever going to let anybody tell me that they're better than me. So that's what we're here, and I want to thank y'all for listening. So before we get up out of here, y'all, we got to pay these bills. This podcast is brought to you by This podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting, growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details. And this podcast is also brought to you by Anadel for the Knuckle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the Knuckle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details. So, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. I want to thank you for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website at sunsvisionshop.com or sunsvision.com to check out our cool, awesome products. You know what I'm saying? So please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen, whether it's Amazon, Desert, Spotify, Apple. And you can also listen to our podcast at sunsvisionshop.com. And please check out our social media platforms at Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Sun's Vision. As I said before, our TikTok and our YouTube are the biggest gamers. Of course, everybody knows TikTok and YouTube is the game now. Unfortunately, Instagram and Twitter, Instagram specifically and Facebook become old news. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe. Peace.